What's up everyone, welcome back to Saint Seiya Awakening. Today we're going to do one of those long overdue reviews, I think the most long overdue review because this thing has been available from the start. It's an easily accessible unit that all of us can get and we've just kind of left her to the side doing other better things, but it's finally her time. We're going to be looking at none other than PAVO MAYURA. What the heck is her name in English? PAVO MAYURA. PAVO means turkey in case you didn't know. So this is the turkey saint and we're going to give her fair shake. I don't have her, I haven't completed her with fragments yet, so we're going to be jumping on Mr. Jester's account. He's got one 6-star ready to go, fully equipped, 8 cents, everything. So we're going to look at her skills, all of her team compositions, all of that stuff, and then do a nice demonstration. Here we are then on Mr. Jester's account and we're going to check out his fancy turkey, and a fancy turkey it is indeed. Unfortunately, it's not a unit that we see a lot of. She's just not used because I feel she doesn't have something that makes her absolutely unique. She can do a lot of damage, which is good. She has an interesting mechanic, which not a lot of saints have, but it's just there's something missing to put her over that hill and make her really special. Anyway, Mr. Jester loves her. It's his favorite waifu. He has her skilled up. He has her leveled up. 6-star, 8 cents. So let's start by taking a look at her skills. Her first skill, the Feather Fan, is a simple pew. It's an individual attack, one enemy, 100% Cosmo type damage. This can be taken to 120 with skill ups, but don't even think about doing that. Her second skill, the Sky Dance, is not a pew, okay? It's a pew pew. She attacks twice, dealing 130% Cosmo damage. That is on skill level 1. This can be taking up to 150%, times 2, that's a total of 300% Cosmo damage. So it's not soft, it actually hits pretty hard. So far her skills are not really anything special. We have one individual attack and then we have a double attack. On her third one, things start to get a little bit more interesting. This one is called the Phantom Feathers. And what it does is that when she uses a skill which costs 0 energy, she increases her own Cosmo attack by 20%. Now, besides this buff, she also kind of gets a debuff. Enemies have an 80% chance to deal additional damage to her when they attack. That additional damage is 20%. Now, these are on skill level 1, and when we power this one up, it's actually really weird. It's one of the few skills in the game that can work against us. She can take the increase in Cosmo damage all the way to 60%, which sounds amazing, but she also increases the amount of extra damage that the enemies do. It goes from 20 to 28, so use with caution. Her fourth skill, a passive called Harmony, is one of the things that makes her a little bit unique. This skill gives MAYURA a chance to activate additional attacks to units that attacked her on the previous round. So in between one of her movements and the next one, any enemy units that touch her, we have a chance to do an additional attack when our turn comes. We're going to do our regular attack, whether it's the first or second skill, and then we have a 60% chance to do an additional attack for 180% damage. This chance can be taken all the way up to 80% with max skills, and I really wish this was 100%. If this was 100%, we may see a little bit more of her in play, but the fact that it's not guaranteed, even at the highest level, makes her a little bit hard to play with. Either way, it is an interesting mechanic. I don't think a lot of saints have this chance to like counter attack on their next move, and it can be really good against teams that have a lot of AoE damage. Right now we're seeing a lot of double AoE Cosmo attackers, so for example Arayashiki and Saga, or Saga Poseidon, Poseidon Arayashiki, any combination of those. Anytime one of those guys AoEs, we have a chance to attack an extra time with MAYURA the next time we move. One thing that we confirmed that does not work when we tried her yesterday, we did some testing in the trial area and we tried to see what would happen with the Luna double turn. Now because this passive only procs when somebody touches her in between turns, the Luna double turn will not work because yes, on the first move she's gonna have the chance to counter, but on the second one nobody will have touched her in between the two moves. So on the second one it's 100% confirmed that she will not do any additional attacks, so she does not work with Luna. Let's get that one out of the way. In case of skill ups, and that the skill ups is something we're going to talk about in detail a little bit later, you're going to want to level up the fourth skill for sure. You want to get this chance to get the extra attack as high as possible. You also need 2 skills at level 2 for the 8 cents, so I would do like Jester did. I would probably upgrade the Sky Dance. This is the skill you're going to be using the most because although this one sounds interesting, she also takes a lot of damage when she uses it, and you're probably only going to use it in the first or second round when you're low on energy. From there on out you're going to be using the Sky Dance, so try to get a little bit more damage out of this one. Take this one to level 2, then start working on the fourth one, and if for any reason you max it, then you can go back to working on the Sky Dance. Over here under 8 cents, I see that Jester has actually done a little bit of work in between the review yesterday and the review today. Yesterday he only had Alpha and Gamma at level 6. Let's go over them individually. Alpha gives us Cosmo attack and defense. This is going to improve our damage and our survivability by a little bit. Beta gives us a lot of HP and also resistance to make sure that we can do something when our turn comes. Gamma gives us Cosmo attack, and very strangely it gives us speed. I would have expected Cosmo damage to be the second one under Gamma, but it's speed for some reason, which we're going to talk about in detail when we get to the legendary Cosmo. The last one is Gamma, which gives us some HP and also damage resistance, again improving our survivability. I would probably level this up the same way as Jester did. I would go on Alpha and Gamma first, Beta then for a lot of survivability, and the last one would be Gamma. This is the one that gives us the lowest boost. onto her Khazmodan, which is actually pretty straightforward. She is a Cosmo type attacker, so under red we're going to look for Rosary with 2 boosts of Cosmo attack and also Cosmo damage. A second option if you're just starting out in the game would be Eagle Eye with Cosmo attack, Cosmo damage, and some HP. Under Lunar, the best options are the classic Tenacity and Bloom. Each one gives us a different type of defense, and right now, like I mentioned earlier, the meta is very heavily Cosmo attacker, especially since the Spicy Chicken came out. So Bloom may be a better option at this moment, or Spirit Print, which gives us Cosmo defense, HP, and also resistance and Cosmo damage. Under Star, there's no discussion, Hummingbird is the best option, Cosmo attack, speed, and Cosmo damage. Now remember I said we were going to talk about the speed when we got the legendary, and it's time to do that now. There is one of the newer Cosmos, fits her really well. The 2-horned snake gives us a giant Cosmo attack boost, and it also increases the damage we do to units that already moved. Now this Cosmo depends on us being slow. If we're going to go with a fast MAYURA, then 2-horned snake will not work as well. You would ideally want her to be slower, that way a lot of the enemy units move before she does, and she can get the boost of damage. If you do want to go with a fast MAYURA, then Wind Elf is probably the slightly better option. It doesn't give us an attack boost, but it will increase our Cosmo damage round to round, and because MAYURA is not a unit that's going to go in and kill everything and then just move on to the next fight, you're going to be in there for a while. Round after round, you can take advantage of the fact that the boost from Wind Elf stacks. The last suggestion I heard when we were reviewing her was Rock, because she actually has a chance to proc this twice on one move. She'll proc it once with a regular attack, and she can proc it again when she does the additional attack for the people that touched her, so she alone can generate 2 energy in one turn. As for substats, we're going to be looking for all of the things that make an attacker good: Cosmo attack, Cosmo damage, speed if we're not going with 2-horned snake, some HP, and you may want to go with flat here because her base HP is actually really low, so the percentage multiplier is not as good. And that's really about it. We want to try to get as much damage as possible. It's really hard to make her survive on her own. We're going to look at that on the teams, so don't worry too much about HP. Focus on getting as much attack as possible and then bring units that can protect her and keep her alive. So let's talk about that now. Let's start off with protection. Anybody that can give her a shield, and in this case it could be Xion or it could be Mu, will work great. Saori is a good option to keep her from getting one-shot as well, because as we'll see in her stats, she is really squishy. Juna will work well also to mitigate the damage, kind of distribute it to your whole team, and you're probably going to want to bring some heal as well. That can be Marin, it can be Jamian, it can be Pandora, or it can be Katia. All of them work really well in different circumstances. Lastly, you're going to want to bring other attackers. Remember, never bring a single attacker. It's a recipe for disaster. At the start of the game, we were seeing 2 attacker teams, then 3, then 4. Now it's not surprising to see 5 enemy units that can do a lot of damage. So bring other attackers, keep the enemy occupied, and try to use her against AoE teams. One last partner that's really good for her is actually the fancy Yoga, this golden Yoga, because he can direct the enemy to attack her, causing her to proc that additional attack the next time she moves. Now, if you are going to use this strategy, you're going to need protection. She's squishy, everybody's going to be targeting her, so make sure to bring Mu, bring Xion, bring somebody that can keep her alive. With Mu, it's actually a really strong combination, because not only can you trigger additional attacks from PAVO, you'll also be charging up Mu's shield, giving him a chance to do damage as well. Alright, now her weaknesses. One of them has to be squishiness. She only has about 11,000 base HP, and even when you open all of the 8 cents, that only goes up to about plus 25,000 if you go with a lot of attacker Cosmo. So she's very easy to one-shot. That would be her #1 weakness. If she gets one-shot, then there's no chance for her to proc the additional attacks on the next move. She's also not very effective if she just gets ignored. If the enemy doesn't focus her, doesn't try to attack her, then her damage potential goes way down if she can't proc the extra attack. And the last one is her skill ups, and I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but the way to get this unit, and that's why I said everybody can get her, you can actually buy the fragments here with the tokens you get from Galactic Duel. 800 tokens gets you 4 pieces, and you need 120 total to summon her. I finally decided to start working on mine because I want to complete the Pokédex someday, and if I don't have her, then that's just never gonna happen. Now, another interesting thing about this unit is that the Codex tells us that she can be acquired from the normal summoning pool after you get her from fragments. That's the case for her and also the Golden Seiya. Now, I've done, at this point, probably tens of thousands of summons in a whole bunch of different accounts. I have never pulled her from an advanced summon or from a theme summon. I have heard of people pulling her with RA summons, but I think it's a very small chance. You can also get her from Atropos Amazement, that achievement you unlock when you summon 100 units without an S. But advanced summons and theme summons, I am still not sure. I haven't seen anybody ever pull her. I've heard of AR, I've never pulled one, so I don't know if it's a myth or it's real. So her skill ups will have to come mostly from buying the pieces here, which is going to keep you from buying the flowers or these skill tome shards. Now, that's an advantage and a disadvantage because yes, you can't summon her for skill ups, but at least you can get guaranteed skill ups here. You know what you're working towards, you can buy it and complete more of her. The last weakness, like most saints in the game, is control. She can be silenced, she can be stunned, frozen, etc. Although silence is not really as bad for her because she can still trigger this additional attack from the passive. She can trigger it with her default attack. it doesn't have to be the second one. So she still has a chance to get her extra attacks in even if she's silenced. Her uses in the game are going to be mostly PvP, although it's really rare to find one in the wild. It's like a mythical creature. And she also has a very specific use in one of the tomes here in the story. There's one level in the Shun tome where we can only do damage with female attackers. I think it's this one, June in the Name of Love. If you have a Mayura build, then this level will be much easier. You can do a ton of damage with her and get it cleared right away. If not, you're going to have to scramble for a female attacker somewhere. And lastly, she can be used in Athena Trial and in Seal Tower because oftentimes we run into teams that have at least one AoE attacker. With that and the 4th skill leveled up a little bit, we have a really high chance of proccing additional attacks and finishing the fights faster. But alright, that's enough talking about the Turkey lady. We're gonna see her in action. Now we don't have to do the Luna test like we did in the Spanish review yesterday because we already confirmed that it does not work. So we're gonna jump straight to Arena. We're gonna try to get a win. We're probably gonna use a somewhat safe team. That way we can also stretch out the fight and see a lot more of her mechanics. So let's go see if we can find a worthy opponent. Alright, I've identified a possible victim here, and I chose him for 2 reasons. One, he doesn't have a June, which would absolutely wreck us. That's one of the weaknesses I forgot to mention earlier is, see, if there's a June in the enemy team, you're never killing anything with Mayura. There's just not enough damage. You would have to silence or control that June somehow. So this guy doesn't have a June, and he has an AoE attacker with Arayashiki. So we can start getting some, you know, that chance to proc our additional attacks. We got a really cool win yesterday in the Spanish review. Let's see if we can do that again. Now, yesterday we had a Marine, so we could play with the enemy a little bit, let him heal and stretch out the fight. I'm going to switch up the team and bring something that makes a little bit more sense. I think this team is for probably training hall. So we're going to go with Mayura. We are going to bring Marine because we're going to try to stretch the fight. We're not bringing Cancer because that would be cheating. Wait, he has a Poseidon. Where the heck is it? Oh, he's already in there. I'm blind. Next up, we need June, again, to stretch out the fight. And the last one is Mu. We need some protection for Mayura. Otherwise, I think she's just going to drop dead. So we're going to go with this. We're going to go Mu, Poseidon, so we can do a lot of fun stuff. Mayura to try to proc as many of those extra attacks as possible. And Marine and June to kind of stretch out the fight and see if we can make it happen. I want to see that thing proc at least 2 or 3 times. Start off by creating energy as usual. We are going to get this thing off. Enemy is going to move. Okay, my Mu moves before his Arayashiki. Interesting. I'm going to protect Mayura right off the bat. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a golden yoga, so I can't force the other enemy units to attack Mayura. But there's already one attack. It's not a particularly strong Arayashiki. And here I am just going to... No, I'm going to put a seed. I'm going to put a seed under Mayura as well. We're going to give her all the protection in the world, okay? That way, when these guys attack, if they touch Mayura, they're going to get damage back right away. Now, let's see if we can get this thing to proc. I'm going to go for Shun. And there it is, 16,000 extra damage on Shaka. We proc the additional attack. Remember, that thing, the level Jester has it. There's only like a, I think 70 or 75% chance. No, Shun! Why you do this, bro? Shun! What? This is the... He picked... Of course he picked the showcase unit. It makes absolute sense. I'm gonna stretch this out more. I'm gonna keep protecting... I don't know, I'm gonna protect Junior or whatever. Let me see if I can freeze this, Shun with my Poseidon. Hopefully we can freeze him, otherwise we'll never see Mayura freaking move again. Oh, there's the Ice Seed. No Ice Seed. Wait, chill out. I shouldn't have Ice Seeded, because now that I forgot he has no heal. So that Arayashiki is going to die with the Ice Seed, so I'm actually not going to use that skill again. Now, his Doko has energy to attack, but fortunately we have Junis Vine. I'm not going to release the energy with Mu either. That is not the point. Why? We're still controlled because the stupid chain is 2 turns. Really? We gotta freeze this guy again or kill him. Shun, stand down. Let me go, please. Saori, don't protect Shun. Don't do it. Don't do it, Saori. Don't you dare. Oh my god. Saori, how dare you betray me like this? There's Doko doing... I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. Can I kill with Mu? I'm actually gonna go with the kill here. I'm gonna go for the kill with Mu's energy. Get rid of this stupid Shun. Okay, good. None of the other enemy units died. We can get some move offs now. Jesus Christ, they're trying to wreck all my plan. I can't use the seed again because this shock is just gonna freaking die. Did he attack? Do I have a chance to proc here? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Alright, let me summon something. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's see if we can proc the extra attack. I'm gonna go for somebody that doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for Luna. We didn't proc shit. This demonstration is not going very well, my friends. It's not going very well. I want to kill this Arayashiki with a proc. I don't actually want to manually kill him. I want to touch some other unit and then have Mayura kill him with the extra attack. That's the plan. Okay, we have a chance here. Let's summon the other thing. I'm gonna attack Saori this time. Come on, proc! There we go. That's the kill I wanted to see. We got it. At least we were able to finish the Arayashiki with the Mayura proc. And now we gotta kill this Doko. But the fight is won at this point. We saw the proc twice. We actually had the same thing yesterday where we could finish an Arayashiki with the proc instead of attacking them directly. And I can end this now. I'm gonna go with this release. I think we have some energy saved up. Yes, we do. And, you know what? Let's give Mayura a chance to finish this. I'm gonna just do the individual attack. And we finish this though. There we go. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope the review is useful. I know it's long overdue. I really wish we saw more of her in the game. Maybe in the future there's some sort of armor rebirth that they can give her. I know Mr. Jester is praying for that since he has her leveled up. But one can only hope. For now, she is a beautiful unit. She's got one of the best skins in the game, and we never get to see her. I'll leave you here for now. If you haven't already, please remember to hit like, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye!